I'm not one to rant normally, but my puzzle came with so many defective pieces. At least half of them showed up like this.
This is a pervasive problem in the puzzle industry, and I'll catch some flack for saying this, but Big Puzzle is doing literally nothing to solve it. They're shifting all the blame to customers and not even acknowledging that it's an issue. We're actually working on a technology to solve this at Blue Kazoo. It's still very much in beta, but I wanted to give you a sneak peek since this is such a hot button issue right now.
We're calling it snap puzzles right now for obvious reasons.
And everybody on our team has broken at least one of their thumbs testing it. Despite that, the biggest issue we're facing is actually the question, will this defeat the purpose of doing puzzles? To which I say, puzzle is just a poster that you've broken into 1,000 pieces and then you're putting back together. There is no purpose to defeat. It's pointless, which is kind of cool. We're all gonna die. Do puzzles. Josh says that can't be our tagline.
Even if you hate jigsaw puzzles, you're gonna enjoy this. One of the most common questions I get about puzzles is, can you take two and mash them up? And the answer is theoretically, yeah. If you've got two puzzles from the same brand and they use the same knife, they're gonna fit together. But I've never taken the time to do it. But one of our customers just did. Our friend Claudia, she put together our gradient puzzle and our vintage travel series, which is a plane, a train, and not an automobile, but a ship. But then she went above and beyond, and she started melding them. In our travel series, even the puzzles that are not of an airplane have an airplane in them. She took those two little airplanes, added them to the big airplane picture, and now we're gonna have a collision. Or how about this waterfall added next to the ship? It almost looks like it belongs there. All right, here's my favorite one. This one, when I saw it, blew my mind. We should have made that the puzzle. I mean, I guess we did. You just have to buy two.
I bought a bunch of antique puzzles off of eBay for inspiration when we were designing our vintage travel series at Blue Kazoo. Here's one of the sets.
As I was checking them out, I flipped this one over, and there's a note on the back.
Joseph, will you please call me in the morning at Jackson's, for I want to have the children see the doctor tomorrow night. Louise. I have no idea why reading that gives me feelings. One perfectly normal afternoon in the 40s, Louise needed Joseph to get a hold of her so that they could set up doctor's appointments for the kids. So she grabbed the surface closest to her that she considered appropriate to write on, which was this puzzle apparently,
And left her message to Joseph.
and now I have it. She's dead. Joseph's dead. The kids, if they're not dead, are in their 80s.
And I'm just sitting here a few decades behind them, wondering if the kids made it to the doctor.
There's no follow-up note.
It's so mundane, but so fascinating at the same time.
Oh, I also buy old used postcards to get the exact same emotional hit. But that's for another video. Come along if you want to. I guess I'm a junkie for other people's boring lives. As long as it was 80 years ago.
Want to watch me turn an insanely difficult puzzle into the easiest 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle that's ever existed? Unless you mix in a gimmick like having no edge pieces or being double-sided, the hardest possible 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle is also the simplest. A single solid color. Simple, but deadly. Today, all that changes. I'm gonna take one of the most difficult puzzles possible and turn it into the easiest 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle in the world. Literally. Let's go. I numbered the pieces. This is now the easiest 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle that exists in the entire world. Guaranteed. Oh, and you remember that video I made a few months ago where I said, most 1,000-piece puzzles are not actually 1,000 pieces. Now I actually have proof to show you. All right, it's time to box it back up. Using the red box just for fun. They're black and white and red all over. Get it? God, we love that dumb joke over here. In the spirit of Mr. Rogers taking us to a Crayon Factory, you remember that one? So good. I want to take you to a puzzle factory.
Did you ever wonder how crayons were made? I'd like to show you some people making crayons.
Come on, I have a film of it right over here. It all starts with what amounts to a poster. Then we press the piece shapes into it like a cookie cutter. And look at that. We have a finished puzzle. But people don't want to buy a puzzle that's already done. So from there, it slides onto a belt that pulls it through the machine that will break it up into all the individual pieces. And then they shoot out the end of that machine into a bag. And that bag is carefully held so that no pieces go missing. It still does happen sometimes, but usually after it's already at someone's house. And it's the cat's fault. Then the bag gets sealed. The reference poster is placed at the bottom of the box, along with a special note just for you, from Josh and me. The bag of puzzle pieces fits perfectly in the box and the lid slides on. Then the boxes are placed in their wrap, which goes through this heated machine to tighten it all up.
And they're done. Ready to be put back together by all our favorite gluttons for punishment. I mean customers. Give me 1 minute and I'm gonna blow your mind with 4 numbers. And you don't have to know math other than how to count and subtract. We hid so many little things to find in our vintage travel series at Blue Kazoo, and I'm not gonna tell you about many of them because that would ruin the fun, but I wanna show you one. The number on this train. It's called Capricars Constant. 6174. Here's the crazy thing about it. So you take any 4-digit number as long as the digits aren't identical. Let's do 1,411. Then you put the digits in order greatest to least. So 4111. And then you do least to greatest. 1114. Then you subtract that. And then you do the process again. So you got 2,997. We do 9972. 2799. Greatest to least, least to greatest, subtract that. Pick any 4-digit number, and as long as the digits aren't all the same, if you keep repeating this process, within 7 steps, you will get to 6,174 every time. The Indian mathematician D.R. Capricar discovered this. Who knows how? I don't know if it has any useful function, but it's amazing, and I love it. And that is why we labeled the Blue Kazoo locomotive 6174. Hey, do you like learning completely useless stuff that's just kind of fun to know? Then come along. I got more.